What's up, dudes? HW here. How are y'all doing? Man, I was thinking about this. What's the best amp out there? What's the best amp I've ever owned? The best amp in the world, according to a guy who's owned 300 plus amplifiers. Because I did that video a while back where I said, I think I've owned about 300 amplifiers in my life. Just a lot of buying and selling. And obviously I buy and have a collection because I make profiles and stuff for Kemper and all that jazz. Tonex and stuff. I'm playing the Tonex today, and this is one of the this is an amp I have on the floor back there, but it's in the Tonex. This is the it's from the TJ Big Tone pack. It's the Marsh JMP 100. This might be the best amp that I've ever owned, that I've ever found, but we'll talk about it. But it's just a big old Marshall PA. And to be able to play that without it being 111 decibels, you know? I mean, it just feels... The thing about the Tonex is, Tonex V2, it really does sound like the amp is just turned up to, like, 12. But you get the... Like, it sounds like it's in the next room turned way up and you're not getting any of the rumble coming through the room or whatever. It really just sounds like that. You know what I mean? Anyway, best amp I've ever played. I recently just did the Sinewave Continuum in partnership with Sinewave Amplification and with Chad, who makes these amps. That might be the best amp I've ever played. Also, honorable mentions, a Deluxe Reverb. That might be the best amp. It really comes down to how are you going to define it. So let's put some parameters on it. What's an amp that you can kind of get like all the tone you need? Now, even that becomes really subjective because who are you? You know what I mean? Who you are and what kind of player you are is going to determine what the best amp ever is. But I'll tell you the ones that, you know, within their genre I've come into, because you can make an argument the best amp ever is the Vox AC30. It's clean, it's grindy. You could put a fuzz through it and you just get, you know, you can make it explodey. You could do the Brian May thing, put a treble booster through the normal channel. You get a certain sound that I think does everything a Tweed Deluxe does. You know what I mean? I think Brian May's tone in terms of singing lead from the 60s or whatever, and how to get that singing lead tone at a time when there weren't, you know, modified Marshalls. It's like the Eagles did it with turned up Deluxes, and Brian May did it with a treble booster into an AC30, right? It's like they're kind of both after the same thing. They just went at it in way different ways and ended up with way different sound. So, you know, you could say the AC30, it's hard to say that's not one of the best clean amps, one of the best overdrive amps, and a great pedal platform. I mean, that's, you know, you could do everything from the Beatles to Foo Fighters. You know what I mean? That's just what you can do. So that's got to be in there. For me, though, what I look for in different amps is just something that does something that other amps don't. And what I mean by that is, like, I look for amps that really, when I play them, I go, wow, that's after playing, you know, hundreds of amps, that's really unique. That's something. One of those amps to me is this thing right here, is this Sinewave Continuum OD. Now here is like, you know, kind of a, here's a free sound you can get at the link below. So y'all don't think I'm gatekeeping. HW, why are you gatekeeping the good tone, man? No, dude, it's in the link below. Don't even worry about it. You know what I mean? And might sound like this. Put a little tube screamer on that. It just has like kind of a really great sound and a really great, what I really like about it is on the bridge. Take that tube screamery thing off and I got a little touch chorus on there. And it's just got that thing, man. What I like about it, and I look for this is what I think the 2-rock kind of Dumble-esque thing is that really deep bass, that big thing that just gobbles up like a little bit of chorus like this, and just, you know. Okay, HW, will you shut up? We get it. I know, dudes, but that's the thing is it's super addicting to play. Even on the, like, listen, even on the bridge. have mercy. Thank you for tone. You know what I mean? That's like a real thing, man. That is a thing. Today's video is sponsored by Coke Zero, by the way. They got the new Santa Claus on this thing. Tastes better when Santa's on it. Listen, cue all the health nuts in the comments. Aspartame's gonna kill you. So will this nitrocellulose. Oh, that tastes terrible. Why did I do that? Coke Zeros have to be really cold, though. This sat on my desk for a little bit. But nothing's better than that Coke Zero than from McDonald's. You know what I mean? That's the money Coke Zero right there. That's the money Coke Zero right there. That's Continuum B2. Oh, Chad is making, I think, some of the best amps that are out there today. I really do. I would put them up against anything out there. I really would. Really, really good stuff. Really good. And, yeah, I think just really making some of this best stuff. The way I would describe it is strong but delicate, and just there's no hiding. I don't know if it's low negative feedback or whatever, but there's no hiding. There's no hiding. It's not that forgiving. You got to get the chops together. And so it can be intimidating to, press play and try to do some one-take stuff. But anyway, I'm here doing it. Here's another one, dude. It's hard for me to say there's a better amp out there than a Deluxe Reverb. Deluxe Reverb on the clean channel sounds like this. I mean, Lord have mercy. Just... Do you hear when I come from a bigger amp to this amp, that little honk thing? That's actually what makes a Deluxe Reverb so freaking good. Here's a Sinewave Continuum, also one I love. I mean, just a great sound. Now, jump back to this Deluxe Reverb, and you're going to hear why the cleans on a Deluxe Reverb are just uniquely like Fender-y, but also a little mid-rangey. When you hear next to someone else, you hear it's a little honky hollow like that. And that's not the microphones, man. That's the... And the thing that's cool about that right there is it's that honky thing, but you can still get it real clean. It's that round sound. That's why Strymon calls it round on their little pedal there, right? And of course you go to the overdrive and it's just... I'm even going to turn that gain up just a hair. It's harder to beat a Deluxe Reverb. It really is. You know, if you're playing a gig or something, maybe you got to get the Pro Reverb or the Twin Out or the Super to really keep up with the drummer. But man, if you can just mic that thing up, it's just... Hard to say Deluxe Reverb isn't like the best amp ever. It's, if I could have one amp in the world, like if you're like HW, you can only have one amp. Just one tube amp, and you got to make it work. The only reason I wouldn't pick a Deluxe Reverb is if you told me also you have to play like bar gigs where you have to be louder than the drums. Then I might be like, all right, give me a Pro Reverb. But, oh man, it's Deluxe for me. I rather the tone of the Deluxe. And maybe the solution is I just change the speaker out and get a Deluxe with like 2 speakers, like an extra, or I get to get an extension speaker cap or something. But for me, it's Deluxe Reverb, man. It's the amp I would play if I could only play one. And with some pedals, I think I could do everything I need to do on it. I really do. I could get the country, the blues, I could get the rock, I could get the Sunday morning worship stuff. I could get anything I want out of that amp. And really, it's because it's just about the style and about the effects. I think you could drive an OCD into it, and it just sounds killer. Here, I'm going to put an OCD. Here's an OCD straight out of the Kemper right now, and it's going to sound like this. I don't know. I could be happy with that, man. I could be happy with that. I didn't really dial any of those in. I just literally pulled up the Tonex thing and just like pressed go on those effects. So, I mean, you know, are they dialed for how I would do it? Not exactly, but you get the point. HW, these 2 amps are too similar. You chose Chad's amp. You chose the SW Continuum, and it sounds big. Sounds like this now. And then you chose, you know, the little Deluxe Reverb. Really, that's what you're going with? Yeah, dude, that's what I'm going with. Best amps ever. I think it's. Because the Deluxe I could take home, I could take it to the stage, I could do whatever I need to do with it. It really is the ultimate in-between amp. You see them on Broadway, the street of Nashville, not the home of musicals. You see them on stages all over the world, mic'd up. You see them in bedrooms. You see them all over the place, and I think they're great. I think that Chad is making maybe some of the best amps out there with this Continuum OD amp. I really do. The OD channel sounds incredible, sounds great. Let me just show you. Can I show you the OD channel, but with the M75 speaker? Why not? Why not? It just sounds, you know. That sound, but with more OD. Last but not least, this is where I'm going to go back to where we started. It's hard for me to say a Marshall, a big heavy Marshall, isn't better than all the amps we've talked about, right? You give me a big Marshall, and I'm probably happy. Like, this is a 68 PA100. If you gave me a super bass, I'd feel the same way. I've seen Uncle Larry talk about how like he's used a super bass on a lot of stuff that you might think is a Fender clean because it just has beautiful cleans. Now here I've got the overdrive sound. I mean, that's like a lovely little clean thing. And if I want to up that just a bit and kind of like just push the front end of this thing, I can get it going. Let me push it on the Tonex to like 7. And that's, I think, how we started with like this. Man, that is the tone right there for me. Even on the neck. just does that crumbly Marshall thing, you know what I mean? Those V2, the V2 stuff, man, is just... I can't even remember if this is V2. This might have been just advanced V1. I can't remember. Those are them. Those are the best amps to me. This is what I'm choosing: a Marshall, a Deluxe Reverb, and I think if you go into that boutique vein, I think you're going. I really do think the Continuum OD is one of the best amps I've ever run into. One of the best amps I've ever played. Really, really phenomenal kind of thing. So, honorable mention of the Vox AC30. I have a Samson Bad Cat 30. That's just like a matchless DC30. That one. That's up there too, right? I mean, that's... If you told me, HW, you're a studio cat now, and you have to record music, and you need all the tones, and you got to take real tube amps, I'm probably taking a big Marshall, a Bassman, or a Deluxe head, a Deluxe turned into a head, and that guy. I'm probably taking those three, and those are all my sounds that I'm going to use. But... that's if I couldn't go digital. You know what I mean? Other honorable mentions I want to point out of stuff that I've owned in the past that's just been amazing. Sir Bella, really incredible amp. I got to get one of those again. PT100 from Sir, also a super crazy, underrated, incredible amp. Matchless Independence was awesome. Anything by Benson was really great. Hard to beat an old Bandmaster or Bassman head, I'll be honest with you. Even the Silverface stuff is really good. Go get some of those. Grab yourself a vintage amp, man. There's a lot of deals out there right now. You can get some. And then, I mean, the Vibrolux is cool. The Silver Jubilee. You know, I've played some 70s Marshalls that were just phenomenal. GTM 45's never been my favorite. Bassman, Tweed Bassman, never my favorite. No surprise there. Tweed Deluxe. It does a thing. A little bit overrated of an amp, if you ask me. It does a thing, right? And that's the only thing it does. The 1484 from Silvertone was awesome. It's actually the bass amp, but you can play it as a guitar amp, and that is, I think, better than the Twin 12. But yeah, that's the 1484. And that one's really good too. Anyway, free stuff in the link below. Check it out. Also, the pack's out now.